This is the Tucson Tasty Show, and I'm your host, Wesley Source, here with some amazing guests. We have a great show put together for everybody today. If you're listening live, also check us out on YouTube at the Tasty Show 520. Super excited to see everybody today. We have some tasty pizza to try. I think we're going to subject some people to some beautiful hot sauce, and everybody that knows, and anybody that doesn't, but we'll all find out together. We have in studio today Erica of the City of Gastronomy and Jessica of the City of Gastronomy. How are you guys doing today?
Hi, we're great. Thanks so much for having us.
Absolutely. Looking forward to it. And this show wouldn't be possible without our amazing sponsors, Kiki Rogers of Country Financial Insurance, Vero Premium Beef, Dirty Cactus Soap, Mafia Kitchen, and don't forget to call in with questions at 520-790-2040. That's 790-2040 for everybody that needs a shorter number. All right. So tell us a little bit about City of Gastronomy. I mean, we live in Tucson. It's the City of Gastronomy, but why?
Oh, that question comes up a lot. I think when Tucson first received the certification, and folks should know that Tucson, Arizona was the very first city in North America to receive that UNESCO designation, the UNESCO City of Gastronomy designation. It is a globally recognized designation from the UNESCO Creative Cities Network that acknowledges Tucson, Arizona for its unique contributions to gastronomy. And Tucson received that recognition for a lot of reasons. Mm-hmm. One is that we are the site of some of the oldest continuously cultivated agriculture and food in North America. There's over 4,000 years that they can trace at the base of a mountain where we've had continuous cultivation of food. And what that's led to is something that's really unique and really wonderful here in Tucson, where you have this blending of indigenous food culture with Spanish and Mexican food culture, cowboy cuisine in the mix, and we just have an extraordinary food community.
That's awesome. Now, it was 4,000 years. I heard that was just up to 5,000 years of continuous cultivation and some amazing food there.
Yeah, I think it's really worth noting that this designation doesn't come easily.
Right.
And Tucson, it took 2 years before we were actually given the designation by UNESCO because they really wanted to do some fact finding. Mm-hmm. It's not something they hand out very easily. And so we definitely have a lot of heritage to be proud of and a lot of proof in the pudding here in Arizona.
No, thank you. And one of the other things that I find surprising is the cholla cactus was a part of that, right? And the cholla cactus, for anybody that doesn't know what that is, that's a jumping cactus. The reason they call it a jumping cactus is because if you brush past it, it feels like it just jumps on you, and then you're stuck with all these little tiny thorns. Now, last night I had the pleasure of having some of that. It was provided by Devin Sanner, Chef Devin Sanner of Zio Pepe, and he put it on this little chip, and it was an hors d'oeuvre, if I can get the word out, and it was absolutely delicious. And everybody's like, "What is this green pepper that's on it?" And I was like, "No, that's cactus." Have you ever had that? Taste of the desert.
I've definitely had it a few. I've had the cholla buds quite a few times. You can actually, at some of the markets here in town, especially at San Javier Cooperative, you can pick up the pickled and dried cholla buds. Janos Wilder, frequently I see him use them in salads and as a garnish, and they're fabulous. They have this really nice springy texture.
That's the one time I did try it. Actually, it was in one of Janos' salads, and I just remember thinking, this is amazing. Why haven't I heard of it before? Because I didn't realize it was something that was edible. I remembered it jumping at me at one point, and learning about it the hard way. Whenever I first moved to Arizona in my early 20s. So.
That looks soft. Let's pet it. I have plenty of stories. I was born and raised in Tucson, so it was always don't touch that. But no, my mom has a story about when she first moved here from Chicago and the grandfather cactuses, they just look so soft. Well, they're not. Don't touch them. But with that, I was going to ask you a question. What was that question? No.
Was
Nope,
it
it's
about
gone.
some of
Llanos.
the other heritage flavors? Because there are a lot of them.
Really quick, for those who don't know at home that are listening, who's Llanos?
Oh,
I don't know anybody that doesn't, but just in case.
so Janos Wilder he's a James Beard Award-winning chef.
Mhm.
He has launched, I believe, over 6 restaurant concepts of his own. Currently, he's heading up one that's amazing called Studio Janos, where it's a beautiful space downtown that is available for private dinners, for special events, for cooking classes. He also does consultations. He's also worked with some big properties on helping them develop their restaurant concepts. And
He currently is the president also of the
Yep.
City of Gastronomy here in Tucson. So he's our
wonderful.
fearless leader.
Yes.
Yeah, for sure. His love for food definitely shines through his work in the community in both ways.
Very good. So tell me about a little bit more about the taste of the desert, if you will, but what makes the city such an amazing place?
Well, it's definitely, again, our history, but also the amount of local producers, local markets, local restaurants. Tucson has one of the highest percentages of locally owned restaurants in the country.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and we're pretty proud of that. And one of the things that Tucson City of Gastronomy really encourages, we have a certification program where restaurants can become certified through the City of Gastronomy. And one of the things that we encourage restaurants to do is really utilize a lot of our unique ingredients here. So things like choya bud, prickly pear, mesquite, so many other flavors that...
Right.
Absolutely. So we're elevating those restaurants around town, utilizing those traditional heritage ingredients, but we also are recognizing them for sustainable practices and where they're sourcing their food. How local is it?
Right.
Those are some of the components that go into certification, because we definitely know the more local food that we're feeding in the community, the more enriched our community is, and we're strengthening that local system, which is part of the City of Gastronomy's mission here.
Outstanding. So, how can everybody get a hold of you guys and support? Because you guys are the City of Gastronomy is a nonprofit, right?
It is. So we are nonprofit. We do have an executive director, Jonathan Mabry, but we are largely a volunteer board. So a lot of us wear multiple hats.
Yes.
Jessica and I are both board members who also bring experience outside the City of Gastronomy that helps local businesses and local restaurant owners. I am also the marketing and communications manager for University of Arizona Forge, which is finding opportunities and resources to grow entrepreneurs. And we do a program in partnership with the City of Gastronomy. It's open to the public. It's every second Thursday downtown at 44 North Stone Avenue. The one that we're actually having coming up in March will feature Janos Wilder on a panel along with Gabe Gardner from Local First Arizona, who you'll hear more about. We will also have Rocco from Tucson Originals, and that is a panel on restaurant management and leadership that's going to be moderated by Kristen Marvin. And this is going to be a really great one for restaurant owners, or really anybody who's in the food business, to come down to learn about the personal experiences of people who have succeeded in the business, what helped, what hurt, as well as hearing about support organizations that exist and that can help. And Jessica's part of an amazing one.
Yeah, Local First Arizona is what brought me to the board of the City of Gastronomy, and Gabe Garner will be at that next Business of Heritage food group. So, I think it takes an entire community to kind of rally around this. But in terms of connecting to the City of Gastronomy, we have our website. You can donate there, but you can also find out about about all of our upcoming events. We have, a number of those. We do the Pueblo del Maíz Festival coming up. You're going to be able to see some of the really great programming surrounding that soon, and as well as the different fundraisers that we do around town. It's always at a different place, a different restaurant, a different chef, and something fun in terms of education and experience. Yeah, it was. So that's definitely the place to really get some great information, as well as our social media.
Absolutely. So just really quick, a little bit more about that event that's coming up.
There's a couple of ways to sign up. You can find information at TucsonCityOfGastronomy.org. You can also find information at forge.arizona.edu. Just look on our events page and you'll find it there. Also, by following Tucson City of Gastronomy on social media. That's a great way to stay on top of all the latest things that are happening.
Yeah, you can go online and register or just show up. We like to know who's coming because we like to surprise people and feed them. But, you're always just welcome to show up at Forge that day. Come in and check out what's happening for the community.
Looking forward to it. I'll be there, and I'm looking forward to it. And hopefully everybody else can join us as well. Again, thank you. I'm Wesley Source, host of the Tucson Tasty Show. We'll be right back with more from Bailey's Artisan Pizza. Looking forward to some tasty pizza and finding out about his ingredients. Also, I got a peek at one of those pizzas, and it's going to be a shocker. I'm really looking forward to it. But thank you to our sponsors. That's let's see, Kiki Rogers of Country Financial Insurance, Vero Premium Beef, Dirty Cactus Soap, and Mafia Kitchen. I'm your host, and stay tasty, Tucson. Welcome back to the Tucson Tasty Show. I'm your host, Wesley Source, here with Jessica and Erica of the City of Gastronomy. I got your names right. That's actually impressive for me. I even have them written down, but I always miss them sometimes. Thank you for hanging on through the break with us, and welcome back. We have a very special guest in here. His name is Alex. Now, Alex does pizza, and he doesn't know this yet, but pizza is near and dear to my heart. And I make pizza myself, but we went through, I think, I don't know, a dozen different pizza dough recipes before we found one that we really liked, and between different flours and everything else. So you got a lot to live up to. No, I'm kidding. We're just hanging out. But how you doing today?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Good. So tell us a little bit about the background story on the pizza. It's a food truck, right?
That's right. Yeah. So originally, many years ago, I started thinking about getting into the food truck scene with, of course, a taco truck with one of my friends back when I worked at the bank. And over time, I started to think, what's something else that I can do besides just taco truck? So I really thought, going back to when I was a child, my uncles, they had a pizza company. So I decided, you know what, I'm going to go that route as well. And there's so many good pizza places here in town that
yes, sir.
I thought, you know what, I like to get into this, and hopefully people can think I'm just as good as they are, all the other people.
When did you start making pizza?
I started making pizza during the pandemic. I bought a few unis, and I was just kind of going that route, testing it out, trying different doughs and different recipes, and it's quite a lot, right? So and then eventually we got it, and I bought a step van first. Step van was too small, and I decided to get into just purchasing a trailer instead. Sold the step van, and got into the trailer, much bigger, definitely wider as well. So ended up working out really well.
No, it's a beautiful truck out front. I don't know if you or Erica or Jessica, you saw that truck up front.
It's awesome. I was saying I've had the privilege of eating his awesome pizza you're about ready to try, because they are parked up closer to the north side there for a while when you're getting started. And so I'm already a fan.
Thank you.
Good. Outstanding. Have you had his pizza before?
I have not. I'm really excited because I saw the look on your face when you opened the pizza box. So there's a lot of suspense right here.
I feel it.
Very good. Now, how can everybody follow you and find this amazing pizza?
We really try to be on Instagram as much as we can. So if everybody wants to follow us, they can at Bailey's Artisan Pizza. If you just follow us on Instagram, we try to post as much as we can where we're going to be, or what events we are at, or what events we're going to be at. So we try to be as active as we can with that.
Perfect.
And if you want to follow us on Facebook, you can at Bailey's Artisan Pizza Company. And yeah, we hope to have you.
Yeah, no, looking forward to it. Now, how many different pizza doughs did you try? Because really, for me, it's not necessarily about the toppings until you get that pizza dough completely down, right? I don't know if you guys are pizza connoisseurs or not, but like I said, I am, and yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, honestly, probably flour-wise, we probably went through right under 10 for sure. We tried some local, and then some from much, much further away, and we ended up just getting the right one that we found, and we've been using it ever since. We do a mixture, actually, from different doughs or flours, but I think we have it pretty locked down.
Awesome. What questions do you have?
What has been the crowd favorite? Like, I know whenever it comes to pizza, I have the hardest time picking out what kind of pizza I love the most. Which one is your most favorite pizza that people tend to order?
So the one that everybody seems to order is the Mamma Mia. And the Mamma Mia has, it has your cheese, your sauce, it has black olives, pepperonis, sausage, and ricotta. So that one everybody tends to get. Of course, you have your pepperoni, which is by far the most chosen by children. I always think that when you go to a new pizza place, you always need to try the margarita first, and that'll kind of set the tone for how the rest of their pizzas are going to be, right?
Right.
The one that really gets a lot of people is our Hawaiian. The typical Hawaiian is your regular ham, your pineapples, and that's probably it. Maybe sometimes you get bacon in there, but our Hawaiian has the cherries in there,
Right.
and it has bananas in there. So slices of bananas. And so I'm from Mexico.
Ruined everything.
Right. Everything I thought I knew about pizza.
We actually, people will buy their main pizza, and then they'll say, you know what, this is wild, and I'm going to go ahead and get the Hawaiian just to test it out. They test it out, and that's all they come back for. It's just a Hawaiian.
I love Hawaiian pizza. I know everybody says, what's pineapple doing on a pizza, but I do. I like it.
Yeah, I like it. Yeah,
it's especially when you get ones that are a little bit more caramelized, so they're a little toasted on the top, and you get that really developed pineapple flavor. It's just good. But that's my opinion.
Bananas and cherries, though.
Yeah,
bananas and cherries.
I'm gonna have to try it.
Yeah, please. Yeah, absolutely.
I'm looking forward to it because I opened up that box and I saw I saw the bananas and I was like, here we go.
Yeah, but I brought 3 so that we can test those out and see what you think.
So before we go into tasting some amazing pizza for the rest of this segment, everybody here said that they like hot sauce. So I have a challenge for you, and I give this to everybody that comes to the studio. This is called the Last Dab Experience. Now, I don't make this sauce, and I don't claim to make this sauce, but I have eaten it a lot because it's actually really tasty. It can last a bit longer. In fact, I'll disclaim it before they eat it because my producer always tells me that I should, but it can last for 4 to 6 hours, the burn. Now, has it ever lasted that long with anybody that's tried it around me? No. But you don't have to do very much, and you get a really cool sticker that nobody else has unless they have oh, there we go. Do we have any chips? No. All right. Well, maybe we'll do it with pizza. Do we have some pizza crust maybe that we can borrow? All right. So let's pass this around. This is Pepper X. Pepper X is 3 times hotter than the Carolina Reaper. So it's around 3 million Scoville. And like I said, you can smell it. It does have a little bit of burn on that, but it has some really amazing flavor. And we'll build up to the tasting here.
Now I know why Erica invited me.
Oh, she did not know about this. This is a surprise that I put out there.
Wait, but is this so I'm looking at this and it says this is Ed Curry's Pepper X.
It is.
So is that from Ed Curry who grows the majority
Carolina Reaper
of chili pepper here in Arizona?
Not here in Arizona.
Oh, okay.
Not that I'm aware of. He might? I don't know. I'll be honest. I that is a question for producer Tina, but I think we'll have to come back next week with that answer.
Okay, now I'm curious because I know there is a place in southern Arizona where they cultivate, I think, one of the largest supplies of chili pepper seed for growing chilies all across the country. So
yummy.
Yeah, no, this looks terrifying.
Let's get a little bit of crust if we could.
Yeah, please.
And we'll get some tasting going. And Yeah.
Thank you.
If you want to pass that around to them, yeah. Just tear off a piece. Now, I guess we're doing the Tasty Bites a little early, but we're just going for the crust right now because we don't want to override the flavor on the pizza. Not yet. All right. So.
Okay.
This is. Look at that first one. Oh, I like it. I like that. The cherries are. Tell everybody what kind of cherries those are.
I can never say the right name.
Maraschino
Cherries. And, of course, you have your bananas.
So if you want to pass that out,
Oh, my
we can
goodness.
tear off a little bit of crust so that we can try it, and we'll get some pictures for everybody at home here in just a minute.
Oh, this is fascinating.
Right.
I've never seen a pizza like
I'm looking forward to trying the pizza, but yeah.
this. I can't believe you're going to make us hold out on trying the pizza.
I know, right? We should try the pizza first and then do the hot sauce.
I think so.
All right.
What if we
Yeah.
can't
Yeah.
taste
Yeah.
the pizza after I try this hot
All
sauce?
right, go ahead and get some
Okay.
pizza. We're gonna try that, and then we'll talk about more about the pizzas out or when we come back from the break. But let's get some of that pizza for everybody at home to see.
Can they see this? Right.
There we
Because
go.
This is
Perfect. That's how you
colorful in a whole new way.
Yeah. I'm really excited about this because I've never seen a pizza like this.
pizza. Yes. All right. So I'm going for the first bite. Mmm. Pineapple's good.
Pineapple is good.
The banana works.
It does.
I was a little bit nervous. It works.
I'm nervous as so can be right now.
We have two other pizzas that we get to try as well.
Yes.
What are the other two pizzas?
Now, I don't know the order they're in, but this one ended up being chosen by one of Tucson Foodie's members, and she was nice enough to kind of show it out on their Instagram. This is the Bianca, and the Bianca has no sauce, just olive oil. It has cheese, garlic, ricotta, and Parmesan.
Oh wow.
This one's
Look at that.
This one's really good.
I like the giant garlic now. I'm a huge garlic fan. And that looks really good as well.
Yeah, I'm a huge fan of garlic. That looks amazing.
This dough though is incredible. This is actually really solid because it's chewy, but it's soft and
And yeah, just a little crispy.
yeah, it's
Just-
perfect.
just
It
the
does
right-
it does have a little bit of that texture, which is perfect.
Thank you guys, appreciate it.
And it's very tasty. So again, you have to go to the Tasty Show 520 to check us out live on YouTube. We're going to be going into a break with a little bit of update, and then we'll be back afterwards to talk about more of the pizzas and go to the YouTube channel. We're going to be talking through the break and eating the pizza. So look forward to seeing you there. Thank you again to all of our sponsors, Kiki Rogers of Country Financial Insurance, Bureau Premium Beef, Dirty Cactus Soap, and Mafia Kitchen. And don't forget to stay tasty, Tucson. And we're back. I'm Wesley Source, host of the Tucson Tasty Show. We're here with Jennifer, Jessica, and Erica. And Jennifer had to step out. She's not here today. But we also have Alex of Bailey's Artisan Pizza Company. And he's sharing his amazing pizza with us. I think this is probably my favorite pizza with the olive oil, the little bit of ricotta, and then those, it's that chunk of onion. I mean, you're talking about a whole clove of garlic. It happens. But the garlic is toasted just right. It's almost like a roasted garlic, which
right.
gives that buttery flavor to it. And with the olive oil and everything else, I actually do a smoked garlic. And I literally just put it in a pan with olive oil. I go out and stir it every once in a while at 200 degrees, super smoke on the Traeger because I'm an easy bake oven guy. So you got to use that Traeger. And then they come out and they're all caramelized and almost fried, but with all the smoky flavor from the mesquite and everything else. So good.
That's cool.
So that's one of my favorite foods. The other one I accidentally let slip to Chef Devin last night, and hopefully he doesn't tell anybody because I'll never see I'll see too much of it and then I won't like it anymore. But I won't release that one on air. Now, tell us about the last pizza that you brought in for us.
So the last pizza is the margarita, and this one to me is my favorite. It's my favorite to make. It's my favorite to see all the time. I just find it to be so elegant. And
let's get this. Hang on, I got it. There we go. Look at that. Look at that margarita pizza.
That's a gorgeous
my
pizza.
So, Erica, you had a question that you wanted to ask.
Yeah, so I was really curious about the banana and the cherry, and yeah, it was really tasty and really unexpected. But how did you come up with that? Because that is something I have never seen or heard of on a pizza.
so originally I am from Mexico, and where I'm from, which is not too far from here, Hermosillo, the Hawaiian pizza is that way. It's the cherries and the bananas. And at least when I was younger, a child, that's how they were made. And so when I moved here, when I was 5, we would see the normal Hawaiian that we know, right? The ham and the pineapple. And so for so many years, I never saw anything. I saw the Sonoran hot dog come in and all those things, but I never saw the Hawaiian come through. And so when I opened up the pizza truck, I thought, you know what? I'm going to do it. And that's where it came from.
Love that. That's one of the things that's just so great about Tucson is everybody brings just these really unique flavors and these really unique sort of culinary experiences that they've had together, and it makes it really fun to be here. I'm curious, what do you enjoy about running a food business in Tucson?
I think
Loaded question.
it's a really cool feeling when people come back to your truck and they say, "This is really good." And that's super cool. Because, you make them in your uni and you make so many of them to try to make it as perfect as you possibly can. And then you get to see that from other people saying, hey, this is good. And hey, I'll come back. And we just got done with the Gem Show, and we literally had people from around the world come back every day for like 18 days and order the exact same pizza.
Oh, wow.
Every day. We were just so shocked at how many people would come back every day and get either a pepperoni or a Hawaiian. This gentleman from what's it called, Australia, he would get the Hawaiian every day. And he was like, this is cool. So yeah, that was awesome.
It's really good. I understand why people keep coming back for the same one, because I mean, when you find something that's really good, you dream about it. Just like the wings from CP's wings, Cornelius. Oh my gosh, I dream about those wings sometimes.
Those are amazing wings.
And I'm jealous of Erica because he's usually parked cat a corner from her office. So every time I go down to see her, I'm like, all right, I'm going to go get some wings from CP's, and delicious.
So many good reasons to come down to Forge.
Of course.
Yeah.
The food. Oh, and then I for the first time I had the little ones, and she's going to be on the show in a couple weeks, maybe. But super excited about that because have you ever been to the little ones?
I've not. No.
And so the little one is it's attached to the backside of the public library. So right there on Stone, right? And it's this little tiny place. You walk in, and it's the most Tucson vibe you'll ever get, because you walk in and you're a part of the family. They grab you, they sit you down with everybody else, they feed you, and you're a part of the family. And that's what I love about Tucson and what I've always experienced with Tucson. So if you haven't found that culture yet in Tucson, then you haven't found the real Tucson yet.
Wow.
And but the little ones, and so excited to have her on the show because her Mexican rice is some of the best Mexican rice on the planet. It's all made with fresh ingredients and everything else.
The tamales.
I
Like
haven't
there's
had the tamales
something
yet.
about the tamales that are just out of this world. I don't know what they do different, but I
Yeah.
will always go down there for lunch and go out of my way for one
The
of those.
little
We should
ones.
do a tamale pizza.
That'd be cool.
That'd be cool. Little chunks,
Yeah.
deep fry them, put them on the pizza. And I'm going to copyright that. I'll sell it to you. No, that's actually a really good idea, though. But Yeah, no, her tamale. I haven't gotten past the barbacoa, so I do. I'm guessing that you have had barbacoa.
Oh, I have, yeah.
Yeah, that was. In fact, Hermosillo is the first place that I ever had barbacoa, and I'm addicted. It's just so tasty. If
Yeah.
you don't know what barbacoa is, Google it, and we'll enjoy and find it someplace, right?
Yeah.
So let's talk about your ingredients a little bit more with the sauce. Do you make your own sauce?
We do, yeah. Sure do.
How long do you make your sauce for?
We make our sauce. Well, we start during the day, like
Mhm.
in the morning, and then it'll be ready by the time we're out in the afternoon.
So it's a true marinara or pizza sauce where you're cooking it for a long period. So the tomatoes are actually cooked all the way through, which is one of the things and point of contention that I have with a lot of pizza places is their sauce isn't cooked. But I grew up in an Italian family, and we, if it's cooked less than 4 hours, it's raw. It's just the cut and dry of it. My pasta sauce, we cook for at least 6 hours, 7 hours, 8 hours. I mean, we start in the morning. We brown up the sausage, meatballs if we're putting meatballs in, and then we let it just stew in the sauce, and it is so good. But that's it's called we're making pasta. That's what we say. So and it has nothing to do with pasta. It's all about the sauce. But so all right. So it is made and it's cooked for at least a couple hours.
Yeah.
And then what about your other ingredients?
We try to use high quality cheese, that's for sure. And then we get our basil every day, and we just try to make our dough about 48 hours of fermentation.
All right.
We kind of just stay that way.
Yummy.
Yeah, it's
Tasty.
simple. Our pizza is very simple.
Well, I think it's about time that we try some of that hot sauce. What do you say?
I'm ready.
I can smell it. I feel like my sinuses are already cleared from the smell, so
I
I'm a little
know.
bit nervous, but I'm here for it.
All right.
All right.
Well, once you have a little dab, pass it on around. A little dab. You don't need a whole lot. Just a little bit so you can taste it and experience it, and then it goes away. We're not trying to kill anybody.
It's not coming out. I just
Oh.
have this feeling that it's all going to end up here. All right.
If you need the cap to shake it up
A
sometimes.
little. I think it's a little thick. Let me see the cap for a
Yep.
second.
That's why I was over here shaking it for a minute. But yeah, no, it is really good. It's all about the flavor for me when it comes to hot sauce. So yeah,
All right. Here we go. That's better. That's much better. All right. Maybe.
Erica's going in for the margarita pizza.
It's my reward for,
All right.
surviving that hot sauce.
I got my dab. Let's see.
Just a little bit on a little piece, and it does go a long way. So if you put it on your plate, it will be there on every other bite. We have everybody. All right, not too much. Be
Like-
careful with it. Yep, little dab like that.
That's plain.
Yep.
That's good?
Yep. Show the camera how much. This is all you need at home of this hot sauce, and you can get this hot sauce from hotones.com.
You even got.
All
You even
right.
got less than I did. Now I'm second guessing.
Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
I'm having it as
Right.
well, and here we go.
Cheers.
That is tasty, but it has that flavor, right? And that's the whole goal.
Well,
It's warm, and it is a slow sizzle, so it'll build up. But
It comes in after the flavor, but the flavor's there. That's why I'm okay.
Mhm. Now, having some more of that margarita pizza will really cut it down, but that ricotta cheese is really good as well. I want to try some of that margarita pizza, yes.
Oh, those are going to get the best slice.
All right.
I'm red faced, but it was delicious. No? That's how you know it's good.
Definitely some heat.
Absolutely. Now, if you want to try this hot sauce and at home, all you have to do is find us on YouTube, Tucson or the Tasty Show 520. Go on Facebook, the Tucson Tasty Show, Instagram, the Tucson Tasty Show. Reach out, and we'll have you on as a guest. Also, don't forget to call in 520-790-2040, and hopefully we'll we'll have some questions for everybody. Now, if you do see the holographic sticker of Tucson Tasty Show, that means that they have eaten this hot sauce because it's a requirement to get it. That's why I eat it constantly. But we're going to go into another break here shortly. Thank you so much for joining us today. And thank you so much for the pizza. It's absolutely delicious. And we'll be right back. Thank you to all of our guests. Thank you for Alex coming into the show. And we'll be right back. Thank you to our sponsors, Kiki Rogers of Country Financial Insurance, Vero Premium Beef, Dirty Cactus Soap, and Mafia Kitchen. Stay tasty, Tucson. This is the Tucson Tasty Show, and I'm your host, Wesley Source, here with Erica of City of Gastronomy, Jessica with City of Gastronomy and Local First. You're both a part of Local First and City of Gastronomy.
Yes.
City of Gastronomy, Arizona Forge, and so many different hats. And now we have one of our favorite sponsors, and that is Kelly of Dirty Cactus Soap. Not desert. You won't find any desert. Dirty Cactus Soap. And where can we find you, Kelly?
You can find me at dirtycactusssoaps.com as well as on Instagram and Facebook.
Fair enough. So this is Erica. This is
Hi.
Jessica. And they're joining us here today from City of Gastronomy, as you heard.
Yes.
And I'll tell you, every time she comes in the studio, that smell, the soap, the clean smell, it just comes with her because she makes soap and some of the best soap, but she also makes the official branded freshie of the Tucson Tasty Show, and it's apple pie, and it's the official smell of the Tucson Tasty Show.
Absolutely.
And it's amazing because it's for your car, right? So you hang it off of your mirror. And when it's a little bit warmer outside, like today, you open up the door and you get hit with that little warm blast.
Fresh apple pie.
Oh, it's to die for.
Yeah, it's definitely got the Pavlov response where your mouth just kind of goes, okay.
And it's one of those, the hotter it is, the better it smells, right?
Yes.
I feel like in the summer, it'll make the heat worth it.
Well, and it's funny because they last for anywhere from like 90 days to a year. So like it kind of go through ebb and flow of like, okay, the hotter the days, okay, like almost refreshes. Like, and so when it's colder, you kind of think, oh, is it going away? You know, and then you hit like a hot day or you park in a hot place and you're like, oh, there it is.
Beautiful.
So it's wonderful.
So what do you have new going on?
Lots of things. So I'm really excited to actually be in a couple new stores, which I'm super excited about. So Dogs of Tucson invited me to have freshies and soap in there, obviously dog related, which is really cool and fun. Also, Desert Pet is probably going to have my stuff in there very soon as well. And so I'm really excited because I'm finding some of these niches that, people really love certain things. And so if people ask me to make something of it, I'm happy to. And so I love being able to make custom things and, still doing the branding for different companies and small businesses, but I'm really excited to be able to make some amazing themes as well. And I just bought out another business in Phoenix that unfortunately had to go under for health reasons. And so I took on hers as well. And her major accounts were UPS and the post office and FedEx. So my freshies will now be in their trucks.
That is awesome.
Right?
Yeah.
I'm super excited.
So Erica works with the Arizona Forge as well, which is really cool because it's it's almost like a pressure cooker for business, small businesses. I don't know if
I love the term pressure cooker. I mean, often we talk about our accelerator programs where we help businesses that are ready to scale, and really grow, businesses that are already, validated in market. But I really love actually thinking about it as like sort of a pressure cooker for businesses, because I think that's how it often feels to be an entrepreneur. But yeah, we have great resources. And I mean, I have to shout out Jessica and Local First Arizona because they are just an amazing resource for any locally owned business in Arizona.
I'm sitting here thinking of different local businesses your freshie should probably be in.
Oh, yes.
So we are going to
have coffee.
Yes, for sure. We have coffee in our future. But that's so amazing that you've been able to find some different inroads. And I love whenever I hear local businesses with big accounts like the post office and things. Right. There's so many times people hear about it and they think, oh, that's so cool. But they don't think they can do it. And you're doing it.
Yes.
So that is so awesome.
Well, and it's fun because there's a lot of places that sell air fresheners. Don't get me wrong; those little cardboard, lightnings or Christmas trees. Everybody has those, and a lot of car washes sell them, and they brand them, sometimes, but they're the same scents and smells. And so my scents are more Tucson, like pineapple cilantro and chipotle pear, and I have black ice, of course, which is every guy's favorite, right? But Russian leather, which is almost like it's a leathery smell, but it's almost like a cologne. And I'm like, okay, so if you're going to go on a date and you're going to have, someone, some cute girl's going to get in your car, what's the first impression? Like, okay, yes, your car, but how do you smell? They're not going to know that it's not you.
Apple pie. That's what they need.
There you go.
I feel like every realtor needs your apple pie freshie. I'm sitting here thinking
Yeah,
about
and put 'em in
where
the
do I
house or
want
fresh
an
baked
apple
cookies.
pie?
Oh,
Yes.
that's
Yes.
Yeah. I feel like that's a whole different niche.
Right? You want to show a house? You need the freshie.
For sure.
I had a networking thing that I was at, and I had the apple pie out for everybody and on the table, and it filled up the entire area with apple pie.
Yay.
And everybody's like, "Where's the bakery? What are you making? And how do I get some?" Like, it's right here, and you can have it for.
There you go. It's so funny because I was at the Sands Club the other night, meeting with Dr. Bernal, and somebody was like, "Oh yeah, Wes had your freshies out," and he's like, "I smelled them from across the room," and I was like, "Yes." So at least they speak for themselves.
Yes, of course. Well, and I make sure everybody knows where they come from, so that
Awesome.
they can
Thank you.
call you and get a hold of you. And how does everybody get a hold of you?
Well, of course, you can always call me. So 323-495-5571, which is my direct cell phone number. So if you need me, you can always text me, which is great. Of course, on my website, they have a chat feature as well. And so it pings me every single time somebody's on my website. So you can actually have a live chat feature on that as well. And of course, you can always send me a message on Instagram or Facebook as well.
Beautiful. How does let's talk about how do you get a hold of Local First as well?
Yeah, absolutely. Localfirstarizona.org is where you go to find our information. You can go ahead and send an email to me, Jessica at localfirstarizona.com. It'll come right to me, and I would be very happy to connect with any local business out there, or even a consumer that's looking at trying to find something locally. We really specialize in helping business do business with each other, but I actually really love the consumer side of things and helping people find what they love locally. So we kind of fish that niche in both ways, but you can find us online. We have a directory of just locally owned businesses and the Good Food Finder. It would be silly for me not to tell you about the Good Food Finder that we have. Goodfoodfinder.com shows where you can get locally grown food in Arizona, and it's really cool. Before I got hired at this job, I had no idea how many dairies there were in Arizona and how many urban gardens there are in Tucson that are providing food that we can get. So goodfoodfinder.com is also a really great resource if you're a foodie. So
Wonderful.
Yes.
for sure.
And City of Gastronomy, how can people get involved?
Oh, so there's a lot of great ways. Like I said, definitely follow Tucson City of Gastronomy on Instagram to see what's coming up. I would super encourage everybody to come out and be part of Pueblos del Maíz. So that is a 4-day festival that the Tucson City of Gastronomy puts on. That will be April 11th to the 14th.
Does that have to do with corn, I'm assuming?
It does. And it's actually, what's really great is it's actually like an international festival. There's 1 week of the festival in Tucson, and then it goes on to other cities.
Oh, nice.
San Antonio, Merida, Puebla.
Kind of like the Gelato Festival. Like it's only in a couple cities?
Yes, and chefs from those cities come here, and
Which is even better.
there's a really wonderful festival that happens at the end of it with live music and all sorts of different vendors with just amazing corn dishes to try. We're also going to be doing an event on the 11th down at Forge as sort of a kickoff that's going to really be a showcase for some of our locally owned businesses, showing what they do, how they contribute to the vibrant economy that we have, and how to support them. So definitely take a look at that, and you can find that information about that both at the Tucson City of Gastronomy website and also the Pueblos del Maíz website. So yeah, check that out if you're interested in finding out more about Forge programs to support and grow entrepreneurs. Forge.arizona.edu.
Ooh, I'm going to be adding things to my calendar now.
Right.
Yeah.
And there's one more.
Ooh.
There's one more I could ask about. So the Agave Festival. I think this is a question for Jessica, but anybody can answer.
I have to get the dates. Hold on, it is a question
So
for me.
the agave festival is to celebrate one of the plants that grow in Sonora and Arizona really well. In fact, it's a low water crop, right? So it's sustainable.
It's one of those water smart crops that have been designated to say, hey, this is something smart to grow in Arizona, and maybe even incentivize some of the growing thereof.
They're
and
pretty.
stuff. Yeah, they're pretty, and
They're actually really good. We planted them because the libraries will even give pups away, which is really great. We planted them outside my my fence because we had people, unfortunately, that were trying to sleep there, and they're spiky, so they really help, keep things that you don't want away as well. So they're beautiful and they have purpose.
And they're great for sunburn.
all of the above. And you can, so the festival is going to be the 18th through the 21st right here in Tucson.
Learn
And
something
it is always really cool. And they really do a great job of educating you about it, but also allowing you to enjoy some of the delicious things like the agave tequila that they've been making. So it's a really fun event to take part in. And you can go to agaveheritagefestival.com to kind of learn a little bit more about that and see some of the great sponsors. There's a lot of people that come together to make that happen.
Beautiful.
Cool.
All right, we got 5 seconds each. How do we get a hold of you? Go.
Easiest way, go ahead and just email me, jessica@localfirstaz.com.
All right, Erica.
Same. Email's great. It's emitnick@arizona.edu.
If you want to email me, you can find me at dirtycactussoaps@gmail.com.
Beautiful. And I'm your host, Wesley Source. Thank you to everybody that came in. Thank you to our sponsors, special guests, Kiki of Country Financial Insurance, Bureau of Premium Beef, Dirty Cactus Soap, Mafia Kitchen, and it's a pleasure being here with you guys today, and thank you so much for coming in. That was amazing pizza. I'm going to go have more.
Yes.
In fact, I don't know. I hope that his food truck hasn't left yet, because I'm going to go tackle it maybe. But
Absolutely.
as always, stay tasty, Tucson.